Every Monday morning starts the same, me clearing this memory card and then worrying for half an hour that I deleted some raw footage I haven't edited yet. Welcome back to Dead Good Book Reviews, I'm Judith and you're watching another reading vlog here on the channel. I think this is reading vlog number 7? Let's say 7, that feels like a good number. Last week was a good week, and over the weekend I finished some books, so let's talk about them. I finished, what order do we do these things in? Let's do them in the order I finished them. I finished A Desolation Called Peace. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Like, get your pre-order in if you haven't already. It's phenomenal. I think Space Sirens are doing Memory Called Empire for what they're reading this month, so you could even get in on that if you haven't read that yet. It's so wonderful. The ending is great. It's just so much fun. I say buddy reading it I think is a really good idea, just to have somebody to bounce theories and ideas off of. Would definitely recommend. And yeah, I will write a video and get one up for you around about pub date, so more on that anon. Speaking of new releases, I also finished Archive of the Forgotten. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but actually it's not that long of a book in terms of it's very fast paced and you get through the chapters fairly quickly. Really enjoyed it. Didn't love it as much as the first one. I think the first one is just a bit more adventure-y fun and a bit less conceptual, and this one gets a tiny bit too conceptual for me. But that might be your preference. I definitely think it's still well worth reading, and I will definitely finish the trilogy whenever the third book comes out. But yeah, hugely fun, really enjoyed it. Another kind of full adventure start to finish, which I enjoy, and I will be interested to see where the story goes, and I'm slightly concerned about where the story is going to go, but again, I will talk about that in my review, which will hopefully be going up reasonably soon by the time you're watching this. The book actually comes out tomorrow when I'm filming this, and I know for a fact I'm not going to get one up for then, so... But what else am I planning on reading this week? Because Archive of the Forgotten was on my list to read this week, and I finished it just now this morning, so... Not that great planning on my part, but I have 2 overbooked books to read. I have We Hunt the Flame and The Cerulean, both of which YA, both of which shouldn't take too long to read in theory. And then I also want to finish Animorphs 16. Video for Animorphs 15 will be up by the time you're watching this. And yeah, I need to get the next one read. What else was I going to say? I've forgotten now. It's gone from my mind. Wisps on the wind. Yeah, I haven't planned any reading beyond that. I will probably pick up some other things along the way, but I've read all of the arcs for February now, and I've read the rereads that I wanted to get done, I think, with the possible exception of the Monster Barry Cormorant, but I don't really want to start that today or this week. I don't know. We'll see how we go. I may end up picking up something completely random. It's a bit of a chaos week. Welcome. I hope you have a good time. So yeah, stick with me as I read through more books and tell you more about my thoughts on them in increasingly confused outfits. Let's have a good time. Hi, hello, happy Tuesday. I always say hi, hello. I don't know why. I'm wearing 2 jumpers though, because it's chilly. We've just been out for a walk in the snow, which is very pleasant, and snow that hasn't laid, so I don't worry about falling down. I just get to enjoy pretty snowflakes, which is always good. However, I'm having a tough day today. I didn't think I was. I was like, yeah, no, this is perfectly fine, working on things, sending emails, doing my thing, vaguely trying to retain information about this new job that I don't really understand yet, and I was doing good. And then I sat down at my desk after lunch, opened my emails, and burst into tears. And not like intense sobbing, not having a breakdown tears, just a bit overwhelmed tears. So I'm taking 5, I'm filming this, because then I know that this is done, and I can stop worrying about it. Not that I overly fret about vlog clips, but you know, one thing off the list. And then I'm going to dance around my room to probably ABBA for 5 minutes, and then I'll get back to it. Because that's my level of self-care today. Book updates. I am 100 and probably like 101, something like that, pages through We Hunt the Flame. At the moment, I'm suspecting it will be a bit like some of the other YA I've reread, where it is still perfectly enjoyable to read, but I don't get much more out of it on a reread. It comes into multiple categories. Some rereads, oh yes, I adore this book, this is a favourite, loved reading that again. Some rereads, you go, oh, I got so much more out of that, I learned so much, oh, fantastic, wonderful, completely reimagined the way that I read this book. And some rereads, you read and you just kind of go, that was a book again, okay? And I don't know, I find it really tricky to know then whether I hold on to those or not. And I think I'm going to have to wait until my traditional towards the end of the year book purge, and at that point that Judith will decide whether I want to reread the book again. So yeah, I think that's where this is going to go, but obviously only 100 pages in, probably can't be making that kind of call now. Once I finish that, which will probably be not until tomorrow, I don't think, just because of what my plans are for today, I will then start the Cerulean and all shall be well. I haven't quite worked out when I'm going to do Animorphs 16, but as I say, right now everything else feels totally overwhelming, so I'm trying not to set myself targets that I know I can't meet because I'm feeling overwhelmed. So yeah, cup of tea, dance around the room, everything's going to be fine. And I'm mostly saying this so that later in the week Judith can say, yeah, everything was fine. Hello, welcome to Thursday. I'm a little bit adrift in time still. I'm pretty sure it's Thursday. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I have a bookish update and then I have a question for you. Let's do the bookish update first. I've finished We Hunt the Flame, and the reason it was down there ready for me to grab is I think I'm going to unhaul it. Now, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. It's not that I didn't like this book. It's not that I didn't like the story. It's not that I don't think it's good. I think it's pretty good. I'm just not the person who reads this kind of story anymore. And as much as maybe I'll come back around to a YA phase again, it's not enough of a favourite that I think I'll want to reread it, which is my criteria for keeping a book on my shelf. So, with that in mind, I don't really want to film an overbooked video on it, so I'm going to say goodbye. As I say, I did think it was pretty good on a reread, and I was debating holding off until I'd read the sequel, but then I looked at the synopsis for the sequel and it felt very more of the same. And as I say, that's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just not what I want right now. If the Cerulean is also a farewell, it will have been a good week for shelf space and not a great week for reading. My next question, what do you think of this? It's a dress. It's like pretty cute. I ordered a vintage mystery box from Pre-Loved Kilo, something like that. I will link them in the description if you're interested. Not sponsored or anything, just what I'm doing with my life. And they like pick out a bunch of stuff for you and they send it to you kind of at random. You don't really get any say in any of it. And yeah, they sent me, well, this was one of the things in it and I like it. I think I like at least 2 of the things from the box. One of them I think I'm probably going to donate. It's just not quite my vibe. But yeah, I thought this was kind of cute. I'm trying to decide if it's too cutesy for me, which it might be, but I think I can probably do something with layering with it, I think. I think a nice cardigan is in order. I'll confess, I have taken shoulder pads out of this, so it's a little bit less intense than it was earlier. But yeah, I can't decide. It's always hard to tell on my camera. I have such a yellow undertone. I never know if yellow is not a good colour. But yeah, what do you think? I like it. I will probably disregard any negative comments, so just say nice things. I think I would order one again, to be honest. It was good fun. And I'm quite happy to donate things that I don't love. You know, that's fine by me. I'm going to go put this dress in the wash because I don't know where it's been and get on with my day. I am going to pick up the Cerulean. I'm a little bit way through Animorphs. That's all the updates I need to do. See you in a bit. Hi, I've just dried my hair. That's why it's a full cloud of slightly dampness. Hello, happy Friday. Yay, huzzah, end of the week. This week's gone so quickly. I have absolutely no idea what happened. Reading update. I am still about 20 pages through Animorphs 16. I just don't have time to read it in any detail at the moment. I think I'm going to save that for over the weekend if I have time. And I am 150 pages through the Cerulean, which I would grab, but as ever, I've left it over there. It is absolute, just not... There's nothing really about it that I'm like, oh, this is a saving grace. Mostly I'm just kind of like, this is an idea that is written out in a way that is English and a book. That's where I'm at with it at the moment. There's elements of it that I feel like I should like. Like, there's interesting family dynamics among the kind of alien-y cerulean creatures, and there's stuff that's there, and then it just cuts back to this main character who, at the moment, is just horrible, and I'm not interested in him whatsoever. And yeah, I will report back. I am going to finish it, but I'm beginning to think I'm hanging on to this. I talked about this in my TBR. I'm hanging on to this because I absolutely love the cover. I can buy art that I love. I don't need to keep a book that I don't love. That will just make me annoyed when I think about it. But we shall see how we go, because at this rate, this shelf's just going to be completely empty by the end of the month. Do I have any other information I wish to impart at this stage on this Friday? Let's say no. I don't think I do. I'm going to go make an enormous cup of tea because it is freezing cold on this side of the house and not enjoying it. and then I'm going to get on with my day. I will speak to you later. Double salute. Hello again. It is Saturday morning. It is the final clip of the vlog, and as ever, I woke up this morning and went, oh no, I didn't finish that book, because instead I spent 3 hours playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla yesterday. No regrets. But I did just finish The Cerulean, and yes, I am going to unhaul it. There are elements of this book I like. I like the way the action is written. I like some of the ideas. I like some of the characters. But if it takes 250 pages for your potential love interest character to stop being a just objectively terrible person, I'm not uber keen on your book. Yeah, there's a lot of potential in here. There's a lot of queer characters, which I enjoy, and there's a lot of discussions of different ways we could live if we wanted to, and that I enjoy, and women in science, all stuff I should love. But it just comes across as really like cookie cutter. I'm writing a book that has thoughts about things, So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this, but I think I'm gonna treat myself to some shiny blue art that will give me the same emotions as this book cover gives me. That's what I want. I want that joy. That does mean that I only read 2 books this week, and both of them I have unhauled for very different reasons. We Hunt the Flame is not on the same level as the Cerulean in any way, shape or form. But yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. And I think the fact that I haven't wanted to reread both of them is probably why I've been a bit slumpy and a bit kind of, I don't know what else I want to pick up, which is a shame. But also I feel like everyone's had a bit of a tough week this week, just in terms of, the energy of the new year starting is kind of gone and we're still in the same boat, So yeah, if you've had a rough week as well, I'm sorry. It's been... I think that's the only way I can describe it. But the nice thing about a week ending is that a new week starts, I guess, or some kind of equally Hallmark card-esque kind of statement. I think over this weekend I would like to say I will finish that Animorphs video. I don't think I'm going to. I think I will leave that for next week, just because Animorphs I prefer to read on a laptop, and I prefer not to be on my laptop for an entire weekend. I do want to pick up The Monster Barrier Cormorant, so that is vaguely on my list for if I want to pick up a book over the weekend. But to be honest, I might just do audiobook. I might not read anything. I think when I get this kind of dragging time, it's best not to force myself to do more than read kind of 50 pages a day, which is what I'm going to do. So that's the plan. How has your week been? What have you been reading? What have you been up to? I would love to know. I would also be very interested to hear your thoughts on what makes you keep a book on your shelf. What motivates you to not unhaul something? That was almost a sentence. But you know what I mean? Like, I think I'm a very strict unhauler because of my limited space, but I'd be interested to know what other people's thoughts are on this. While you're down there commenting, as ever, please do follow me on my social media and subscribe, because it makes me feel loved and appreciated. That is all from me, and I will see you in the next one. It's gonna be some bloopers now. Good morning, welcome back to the reading vlog. I'm Dead, Good Book Reviews / Judith. That sentence started poorly, let's go again. Oh, no. Better? That'll do. Equally, if you live in the UK and you want a copy of either of these books, let me know, because I can probably send it to you.